Hey, what's up, guys? So, I just got done watching I'm Thinking of Ending Things. It's Charlie Kaufman's new joint. He directed and wrote Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and I think he did Being John Malkovich as well. So, the dude has a track record of doing pretty weird shit, and this one is no exception. The movie's adapted from a book written by Ian Reed. I haven't read it. I haven't read any of his other stuff, but I mean, I'm not sure how different the film is from the book, but the film is pretty weird, and so I'm going to talk about that and just sort of give my thoughts on it. The first thing I want to talk about, though, before I launch into too much of a review, is that the way Netflix sort of framed this movie with its advertising was a little misleading. Not misleading, I guess it's just I thought there was going to be a lot more focus on the sort of the relationship aspect of these two characters. I thought they were going to spend more time at his parents' house because that's kind of all you really see in that trailer that they came out with about a month ago. And I mean, a decent chunk of the movie is spent at his parents' house, but it's not too much. So that's kind of the only thing that I thought was odd about it. Um, but yeah, other than that, uh, there's definitely a lot to like about this movie, and I mean, I'm gonna put that it's spoiler free in the title, but I mean, I don't think I could spoil this movie if I tried. It's a weird one, man. I could tell you every single scene, shot for shot, and you still wouldn't understand it. It wouldn't spoil anything. I mean, it would spoil, sure, how everything plays out, but it wouldn't help you make heads or tails of what's going on. Um, I mean, in the usual Charlie Kaufman fashion, this movie is very strange. It's very disorienting, confusing at times. You feel like you're in a dream, which is something I really love about all of Charlie Kaufman's movies, the way that he writes, the way he directs. But a few things I really liked about the movie: the cinematography is gorgeous. It's amazing. I think Lucas Zal is the name of the cinematographer. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I know he's a Polish cinematographer. I can't remember what all he worked on before, but the cinematography was really great, and a lot of the camera work was incredible. And I mean, specifically, like there's this scene here where you see Cindy, Jesse Buckley's character, and Jesse Buckley, by the way, absolutely killed it. But in this scene, you see her going down a flight of stairs and then down another flight, and then it loops back, and it does it over and over and over again as she's sort of reciting this monologue over it. And it's really strange, but it's also just really cool. So the editing in this movie was amazing, like mind blowing, in such a way that like there's a lot of parts where one character is talking and then another character will completely interrupt them with some bit of dialogue that entirely changes the subject, and then they go off on their own thing, and then it just sort of goes, and it's almost like they're trading off um, here and there, and it happens all throughout the movie, and it sort of adds to that disorientation and that confusion of everything that's happening on screen. But the way that they do it and the way it was edited is perfect. It's incredible. The acting in this movie was amazing. Like I already said, Jessie Buckley, she plays the female lead, Cindy, who in the movie, I don't think I ever heard her referred to as Cindy. I could be wrong, but I heard her referred to as Luis, Luisa, Lucia, and at one point, she's referred to as Amy, which sort of adds to the mystery of what's actually happening. Again, I'm not gonna get too into spoilers or give away too much, um, but I mean, it's very strange. It's almost like none of these characters are real. It's weird. Again, that's the closest I'm going to get to any sort of a spoiler, but you just have to watch for yourself. Also, Jesse Plemons plays Jake, her boyfriend. He played Todd in Breaking Bad. That was my introduction to Jesse Plemons, and I hated him in Breaking Bad. I hated Todd. I hated his face. Everything about that character is terrible, but that's why I guess he's such a great character. Um, but he plays Jake in this movie, and he does an amazing job. He's so incredible. He's awkward. He's clunky. He doesn't know what he wants, but he does. He's a little condescending at times. He's sort of insufferable and annoying to a point, but he plays that character perfectly. I mean, I would like to say that Jake's character and Cindy that they have chemistry, and I mean they do. The actors have chemistry, but what's so intriguing about their chemistry is that it's meant to be awkward. These two people have not been in a relationship very long. They're going to meet his parents, which is a very serious thing to do, especially when you've only been in a relationship for 6 weeks. And so it's already setting it up to be awkward and a little weird. But the way that both of these actors work together and their chemistry on screen to make everything feel so uncomfortable and uneasy and disorienting is perfect. I couldn't have asked for better leads. And then obviously Tony Collette plays the mother. David Thewlis, I think is how you pronounce his name. He plays the father, and they're amazing. Obviously, Tony Collette is amazing in everything she does. Um, Her character is very strange, very odd, very neurotic, and she plays that part perfectly. So, I mean, there's a lot of amazing things about this movie, but I mean, it's it's something you're gonna have to watch a few times. You're gonna need to watch this movie several times in order to really understand it. I've only watched it once, and like I said, just with my history of watching Charlie Kaufman's films and knowing how he directs and how he writes and how he constructs a narrative, it's I was able to discern sort of what might be happening, but I'm gonna have to get on YouTube and watch a few videos to really understand what's going on, and then I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it, obviously, probably multiple times, which is fine with me because, as I said, all in all, I really liked this movie, and I could definitely see myself rewatching it several times, especially because I can tell, just on my first pass, that there's so much I'm probably missing. So I'm definitely gonna have to go back and rewatch this multiple times. But yeah, if I had to give this movie a score, I would say right now a 7 out of 10. But like I said, that's just at my first pass. I love anything Charlie Kaufman does because he's so uniquely weird in the way that he tells a story, in the way that he frames a shot, and the way that he directs his characters and his actors and sort of portrays everything on screen. So I love it just for that. But this particular story is going to take another pass, maybe two or three, to really collect everything. So if you're a fan of Charlie Kaufman, if you're a fan of his very weird and unique style, you're definitely gonna love this just as much as you love his other films. And I highly suggest it. So it's streaming on Netflix. I'm thinking of ending things. Yeah. So thanks for watching.